children of the rainbow flag. We are cool, choose our round and proud. No one's gonna stop us, we are here to stay. We are the cool, choose of the rainbow flag. We are moving forward, moving on and on, never, never going back. We are moving forward, moving on and on, never, never going back. We keep fighting, fighting, fighting on and on, never, never gonna stop. We keep fighting, fighting, fighting on and on, never, never gonna stop.
All right, I welcome you all. Those of you who are arriving, welcome to the Victor Mukasa Show, focusing on Block 13, Kakuma. Mission evacuate LGBT refugees from Kakuma camp. I request you all, as you come in, please invite your friends, your networks, and share the link to this live far and wide.
We are freedom fighters, fighting for the rise of the children of the rainbow flag. What are we fighting for? Fighting for our rights. What are we fighting for? Fighting for our rights. Yeah, tell me what we're fighting for. Fighting for our rights. Fighting for our rights to be LGBTI. We are here to stay. All LGBTI. We are here to stay. All LGBTI. We are here to stay. Children of the rainbow flag. We are proud to be. Yes, the children of the rainbow flag. We are proud to be. Yeah, children of the rainbow flag. We are proud to be the children of the rainbow flag. LGBTI, We are the children of the rainbow flag.
We are could choose.
Proud and proud.
No one's gonna stop us.
We are here to stay.
We are the children of the rainbow flag.
We are moving
Forward, moving on and on.
never, never going back. We are moving
Forward,
moving on and on.
never, never going back.
We keep on fighting.
Hi Nancy, I see you. Badass mom.
We keep on fighting.
Helen, welcome to the show today. Moses, Benon. LGBTI, LGBTI, LGBTI. What are we? 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 Yes, right on time. Friends, I welcome you once again. I've seen some very, very lovely people, super human rights defenders from across the globe. I welcome you here today, and welcome again to another show here on my page, but for the Victor Mukasa Show, focusing on Block 13, a block where over 141 people reside, LGBTI people and their associates, including children. LGBT, a group of LGBT people that refugees that are targeted with violence attacks from other refugees and security agents in Kakuma, in the Turkana region, northwestern Kenya. facing brutal attacks every now and then, including yesterday. There was a threat of an attack from the Turkana people, who are actually the locals of the land. We have been calling out on the UNHCR for months now to facilitate the evacuation of LGBTQ individuals from Kakuma camp. In vain. Instead, we have had on 3 occasions from the UNHCR with statements that actually dismiss, statements full of misinformation about the situation of these refugees. Today, August 31st, the UNHCR released another statement titled, UNHCR deplores tense situation in Kakuma, renews call for dialogue and peaceful solutions. That was the statement, the title of the statement that the UNHCR released today. But before we go into that, just some updates. Thank you so much, all of you who attended the fundraising dance, quarantine, Tash will come here and read that word for me. It's a quarantine dance, basically, but for queers. And it was a massive show, a massive dance party 2 nights ago. And Kakuma, Block 13 people actually showed up via Zoom. We danced and felt like, personally, I felt like I was 12 years old actually while I was dancing. It was massive. And Tash Thomas, thank you so much for leading on this, because that raised some money for LGBT refugees on Block 13, about close to $2,000. Tash would give us more details about that. But I thank all those the global community that showed up to the dance. Our Club Quarantine, yes, that's what it's called, Club Quarantine. Thank you so much, Helen. And we had international DJs playing massively. It was amazing. I wish we could have it every weekend. And we managed to raise some money because, as you know, we've been going really low. I thank all those who are contributing on the GoFundMe page and on the Facebook fundraiser. We also have some people who sent some money to the PayPal account that we gave you from Rainbow Refugees, I think, run by Ken Medlin. He sent some money today via Cash App from the PayPal donations. So we thank you all. The typhoid and malaria outbreak continues on Block 13. We still have people hospitalized, and it means that we are spending more money. There are more needs, and we still request for your support. Those who are carrying out advocacy efforts, those who have given those energies via advocacy, thank you. There is a lot happening. For the UNHCR to release this statement a day before the protests, and giving misinformation about this situation, I think that it should encourage us to go and protest. It means that we are being taken for fools. In fact, the UNHCR does not realize that some of us in this movement are actually long-term human rights defenders who have carried out human rights work in a very respectful manner, have investigated situations that big spaces like the United Nations and African Commission have depended on. We are not fools to stick to this issue. LGBTI refugees on Block 13 and other parts of Kakuma are under attack. We have seen it, and these attacks continue. Now, just also in way of updates, it's just hours before the protests. We have a protest in London tomorrow. We'll give you the details of the time, Gilbert, if you could have that time ready. We have another protest still tomorrow, September 1st, in New York City. We have another protest in San Francisco. And we have another protest in Canada, in the city of Ottawa. And then, just a few hours ago, we got confirmation about a protest in Tel Aviv, in Israel. Thank you, world, for hearing the cry of LGBTQ refugees on Block 13. As we start now, as we begin, I request King Kelly, I'm glad to see you online today. I request Block 13, please, to begin sending in your requests. Benon, if you could send in that request, we will be ready to call you guys for the updates here, for you to come and update your friends, followers, and supporters, those that are standing with you in this issue. But this statement, I don't know if any of you has seen it, but I will work on it with Gilbert as we continue. But in part, the first paragraph reads, UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, expressed today its concerns about the increasingly tensed situation involving a group of some 20 refugees who self-identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or intersexed in Kakuma Refugee Camp in Kenya. Just the first statement, friends, in this in this UNHCR statement is wrong, completely wrong. I stand by that this first paragraph of an official statement from the UNHCR that actually says that they are working on this situation and engaging these people. It is wrong that only 20 refugees, according to UNHCR, are involved in this situation. In fact, this campaign is for Block 13 in particular, where we have over 141 people right now. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 100, plus another 10, 20, 30, 40, plus. 140 individuals, 41 individuals over that. And it's not only these LGBT refugees, but you have seen testimonies here where those that support LGBT refugees, that are straight identifying heterosexuals, have been attacked, even raped, because they have hidden women, children, or others during those attacks. Altogether, the people under attack are about 190. There are others within that community who have supported LGBT people and have been attacked by other refugees by the mere fact that they have supported LGBT refugees, or they have been seen with LGBT refugees, or they are friends of LGBT refugees. Please, UNHCR, they are not 20 people, as you mentioned in this statement, that are involved in this campaign for evacuation, that need to be evacuated, whose voices we are amplifying. In fact, there are more than 100 people that we are talking about, and that is not a small group. But if compared to about 200,000 refugees in Kakuma camp, that is a small group. UNHCR, don't they matter? Let us say there were 20 as you claim. Wouldn't they matter? Are they not human? That's a question, UNHCR, that we put to you. Don't these human beings' lives matter? That they're just a small group? Does that mean that you let them die? You let them, lose their limbs? That you let them just perish? Sometimes I think that I'm dreaming when I read these statements. The first paragraph of the statement, there is a lot of misinformation in the UNHCR statement, and the first paragraph alone that claims 20 people involved in this is a complete untrue piece of information that the UNHCR started its statement with. As for the protections they say they have put in place, the services that they have improved, we are yet to hear from our brothers and sisters and children, our siblings on Block 13. And so I invite Block 13. You all for showing up, this late for the show. Yes, Gilbert, I'm so happy to see you. For those of you on the show, I would like to just give you a heads up that we will be having some of the global activists that have actually organized on behalf of Block 13, have organized protests that we're having tomorrow.
Right.
We have them from London, we have another one from Ottawa, we have another one from New York, and hopefully we can have the others present too. But we will have them on the show to just give us too about tomorrow. Gilbert, I welcome you to the show. I'm glad you're still standing.
Thank you, Victor.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I should be standing or I should even be sitting because I don't even know what we are doing in Kakuma. Because I don't believe we have a UNHCR. You see, what they are capable of is absolutely shocking.
Yes. We are shocked.
I don't know whether we are talking about a humanitarian organization or what have they become? They don't even keep stock of their own statements. You see, in April, they say there were 60 in number. I don't know if they have killed off 40, and now they can report 20. Where have the 40 gone, assuming we're 60 as they claimed in April? They're not even keeping stock of what they are saying. What kind of institution are we talking about? This is extremely disheartening.
It is disheartening, Gilbert.
For
What do
an
you
institution,
statement? Have you read it?
sorry, come again.
Have you read the
I
statement
missed
from
the
the?
question there.
Have you read the statement from the UNHCR?
Yes, I have.
What is your take on that statement? Could
Yes,
you
I
please
have.
as somebody about whom they are talking, they are writing?
Me, I think that at this point, they don't care what they say.
It's evident.
They don't care what everybody thinks. It's about, let's just say it and put it out there. It doesn't matter whether they are dealing with human lives anymore. What they want is to put a word out there. You see, UNHCR is an institution that is known for its actions. It's an institution that has come to be associated with humanitarian work.
Yes.
But now they have stooped to as low as blaming victims. They are not embarrassed to issue a statement blaming victims. It's not. You can't say you have 60 people seated
It's not
outside your
what we know
UNHCR
as UN.
office in April. Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And expect them to help. They don't even know the people that they are trying to help. How can you expect them to help?
It's interesting.
And then they go
It is
ahead and say,
interesting because if we just took the camera around there while people are scattered, you'd count more than 50 people.
they're talking about the children alone. The children alone are about 20, without mothers, without adults, without those that have come under attack because of associating with us, of helping us. You know, it's very, very confusing that an institution who advises the spokesperson to issue such statements? Who does? You talk of a situation that you have 20 people who are asking for urgent resettlement. You see, by issuing a statement like this, is this something they can stand by after having rescued people?
The people they rescued in 2018 and 2019, in 2016 and 2014 were rescued because of homophobia and transphobia. I hope we don't lose you. Hope we don't lose you.
They have an obligation. They have an obligation, at least, to, in their statement.
I'd like to invite you again, if we could just, Gilbert, your network. If you could send another request, maybe that will help. If you refresh and send another request. Yes, those who have just joined us, we are actually unpacking the UNHCR statement that was released today on the eve of the global protests. A statement that is full of misinformation, which is very, very disappointing for such an institution to be the one releasing that kind of information.
Hello, Victor.
All right. Yes, hopefully it's a better connection now.
We are talking about Kakuma.
Yes.
It's Kakuma. It's far off from civilization.
All right, let's
Yes.
proceed.
What I was saying is that
Yes.
they have not even admitted the fact that there is homophobia in Kakuma. Something that confuses the people that are trying to communicate.
So I have I have
Sorry,
3 questions for you, Gilbert. Could you please,
please
if
go on.
we are saying this is wrong, how many people are
Yeah.
we talking about that are involved in this crisis?
On block 13,
Yes.
we have 2 categories of the ones that were brought from the UNHCR compound, the original 138. Now we have others that were brought later. This became a dumping site of sorts. And I think that brings the number to 141. Then we have others
Yes.
that have sympathized with
Uh, just to supplement a point, Gilbert, just a moment, Gilbert. Uh, please, friends out there, this group you see here are the people, majority of the people at Block 13. That is a group picture that we had taken in July. And definitely those are not even 20 people. They're not even 60. They're not just 100. These are just some of them in that picture. That is what we are talking about. Please proceed, Gilbert.
The statement says that there are
The second question I
individuals
have for you
that have tried.
is,
Please go on.
so it is very clear that we have all these people at block 13, and paragraph 1 of that statement is completely wrong. It's misinformation. The second question I want to ask you is that this statement talks about improvement in security and services for you guys. That because they have had your plea, they have improved. There are police patrols, and also a hotline for mental health services and medical. Is this the truth that the UNHCR has said to the world?
Let me begin with the medical, because we have had a serious bout of malaria recently. Now, we have
Gilbert, Gilbert, is this where you usually the live shows? We need to pause this. I'm sorry, those of you who are here with us. The network in Kakuma is really playing us today. We have it good sometimes it's not good at all. And this is one of those days. Gilbert, if you could stand, please, in a position where you usually stand, probably this might be better, but let's keep trying. Yes, let's talk medical, Gilbert. Yes, Gilbert. Gilbert, you hear me? Yes, you're breaking sometimes a lot, but I'm trying, and I'm sure people are trying to get you. Maybe we start this. Friends, I'm going to restart this live. Can we just start? Maybe that will help us. Let me know those in the comment section. Should we restart the live? Maybe that will be a better.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
I will restart the live.
But to simply answer your question,
friends, please come back. Come back in just half a minute. I am restarting this live show. Usually when you restart the show, the connection is better. I apologize for what is happening right now.